we just jump into this? I keep forgetting what you're calling it.
Well,
Customer or website engagement enablement or something. I forget how
yeah,
you've been describing it.
they call these engagement enablement platforms or something like that.
Yeah.
The basic idea is that and I'll put the link up on we have a trackable link because I am curious about how many people click off a video on the geek side of things here, Josh. So I'll put the trackable link here. But the platform is called GIST. We've been talking about it. And what it is it's a script you put on your website and it kind of lays on top and can do a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
One of the big, sorry, I don't have the screen up.
Yeah, that's because I probably, yeah.
So one of the big things it can do is it can just track who's on your site. And, most of our CRMs probably do this, but they do it in a different way. Not our CRMs, our websites, the IDX platforms do this in some way, but they don't really do it like this, where you can sort and filter based on activity. Yeah. So, for example, I can click this create segment button and I can do something like have a property and search all these different fields. And one that I could do is number of page views, right?
Oh, so
that I can say, hey,
around checking out different things.
Yeah, like how many people have looked is greater than 10, and then I could do like in the last few days. Now we just put this on your site, but if you want to know who've looked at more than 10 pages on your site, there's 5 people.
There are?
Yeah, and here they are. One of them might be me just testing this. But here they are. One of them's me. So you got these 4 people, and you can see one of them had 5 sessions, one only had 1 session, but they're coming back. So you kind of start to get to this intelligence. You can build these lists, and you can take action on them. You can just shoot an email out en masse like this.
You can. I'm going to tie this into the beginning. One of the ways that I've been identifying the 5 people that I'm going to send a personal video message to is doing things like this. Now, I didn't know about the page. Did you sort it by page views? This one?
Yeah, this was.
So I was doing sessions, like multiple sessions. I was picking people that had come back multiple times and sending them. But this is another great filter too. Sorry, I keep stepping on.
It's kind of limitless. You could, if you're running an ad to say a list of price reduces you're doing, you can put a little UTM tag or take something out of the URL that they're going to, and you can find everybody who's been to that, who came from that ad basically, and had 5 views. You can start to sort and filter. So who are my hottest downsizing leads?
Yeah.
The other I was just showing here. So that's the sorting and filtering. It's limitless. It could be actually overwhelming, but you can come up with these different segments, but you can create automations as people enter the segment. So if somebody suddenly is somebody who viewed 10 pages or more, you can then have a workflow automation that sends them a specific email or kind of prompts you. You can add them to a Facebook custom audience. You can see here, you can manually do that or automatically do that here. So
hold on. So just so everybody heard that, you can create this perfectly ties to what we talked about yesterday. Retargeting. You can create a retargeting campaign and use GIST to dynamically update that audience based upon, this is a bucket of people that have been on my site 2 or more times in the last 30 days, just for example. I mean, I'm just randomly. That's pretty impressive. Cool. Yeah.
On the Facebook audience front, you can say, hey, people who have visited my sell page. Now you can manually put the script on your site and do it that way too, but it gets a little more dynamic and easy to do here. So if somebody visits my sell page to see their house value, I can add them to a Facebook audience. I can automatically email them. They're in this segment for easy follow-up. I'm trying to look at now some of the features I'm talking about are in their more like advanced plans. And we can look at their pricing. It goes up, but the basic plan allows you to do this tracking of visitors that I just talked about, and allows you to build some forms and overlays on the site. So if I go to the form section here, here's a sticky bar I'm testing. It's not performing well, Josh, because like 50 people have seen it and nobody's opted in. But go ahead.
Well, you're headed where I was headed. Like I was trying to find like what are the 3 to 5 like coolest features of this, or most important or value add, the things that will actually help you generate more business. And you're showing so having deeper, detailed information about the people that are on your site. There's a ton of value there. But then you were showing one of the other things like this hello bar that we've got on, which is awesome. We just haven't found the right offer yet.
Right. And you don't have a ton of traffic coming through right now.
Right. Hopefully we'll get a spike with tomorrow's email newsletter blast. Yep.
You did last weekend. So you can do this kind of stuff. You can do pop-ups. So if you wanted to do, let's do a new form, for example. So you have a core lead magnet or a main niche. You can set it up as a pop-up over here on the left side. It can be a slide and a sticky bar. It could be the full screen welcome mat. You can also make forms and embed them on other pages. So it is kind of like this Swiss Army knife where it does all these things. If you need to make a quick form, you can build it in here and embed it anywhere. And it's gonna pull the lead straight into this platform.
And one of the cool use cases or reasons why finding a good offer, for example, as a hello bar, means you can send traffic open to your site, and still be collecting leads, quote unquote. And then you can use retargeting and this platform to so that you're different than everyone else in your market who's doing forced registration, whatever kind of thing.
Do me a favor, go to your site for me.
Okay.
Like right now. Hopefully it picks you up. And if you're not logged, create yourself as a fresh lead. Just enter a fake email.
Well, I am logged in.
Okay. So last seen. And you're probably logged in as shanelee.josh?
Yeah, I would think.
Okay, let's see if it'll work. And I might have showed this the other day, but if somebody's on the site and I know they're on the site, I can send a message. So I picked a large white here. Say, hi, Josh. How's it hanging today?
How's it hanging?
And if this platform will tell you that they're on the site.
Right.
Actually, this plan is on the free trial account. So that specific feature, just because we haven't added a credit card, isn't there. And that's what's interesting, Josh. Like a lot of the cool stuff, like filtering people, you can get a lot of this intelligence with their totally free account.
Yeah.
So most of what I've shown so far, you can also do all the forms and the hello bars and all that. I think a hello bar counts like $30 a month. The
hello bar is $30 a month, but you're saying you can do that with the free account.
Yeah. Everything you see me doing in here, I just ran into the first thing. I know you can't, you probably can't build bots. You can build the bots, but you can't activate them.
Okay.
So for example, I was building this bot here just to show some functionality, which best describes you, and then you can tree people down paths. So we've been mentioning things like Video Ask. We talk about analytics, like all these different tools, the hello bars, form makers. This to me, again, that term Swiss Army knife, it does a lot of the kind of layered add-ons that you would put on your site, and gives you that advanced analytics at the same time, all bundled in one tool.
And just in the interest of full transparency, one of the reasons why Ryan is playing around with this tool and going down this path is for our mortgage team. And yes, that is self-serving for us, no question. But I would tell you that when we are working together, you're getting our workforce at no cost to you, working to bring you back warm referrals. B, whether or not you work with us, these types of additional layering components to your website, I think what's best is mortgage or financing related communications, and or really compelling reports. So I'll give two specific examples. Mortgage related stuff, like that now I don't know what the activity has been on, but there hasn't been a ton of traffic, but that's a great pop-up that is eye-catching, and that we know from other traffic and from other activity gets engagement and gets people talking, which is just offering information about special financing programs specific to what they're at. That's one example.
Yeah, this I just put up yesterday, and
yep.
it pops up after a minute. 52 people saw it, or 50, yeah, 3 replies. Yeah,
3 replies.
Who opened and then who replied to the message. So, which means they saw this message and they said something. Oh, you know what? I had changed. That was the original message we built a few days ago, and we had those replies for the thumbs up, thumbs down. So it's counting those replies. Nobody's replied to this specific one, but on the flip side of this one, I'm not asking for a reply. We're just telling them to go to our capture pages for those things. And I'm not doing a good job of tracking that. So,
but okay, so here's another use case. Let's say you're driving traffic for new construction homes. Okay, see all the new construction homes. Your layering on could be a report with 10 common mistakes to avoid when buying a new home. And the other could be, find out about all of the builder incentives and special financing programs available on new construction homes in blank area, right? So like you tie on those layers on top. And this goes back to something I was talking about the other day. If you're stuck and only relying on your sphere of influence and past clients for referrals, you have to create a predictable, scalable way for taking someone from they don't know who you are to client. And these kinds of things allow your website to be strategically moving them closer toward you. So
I'm just showing this as just off the top of my head, like an example.
Yeah.
So, and then how to negotiate financing with a builder.
Mark, it's scrolling on the bottom. wakeup.realestate/gist. And in the interest of full transparency, that's an affiliate link. If you use this platform, we can help you. Ryan is still, I think what we're still working on is the specific use cases and best practices and what's working. Because this platform is not real estate specific in any way, shape, or form. Like it's at all.
It's at the very least, I think that as part of our Renos, our niche operating system flow, at the very least, when you get into the conversion side of that flow, this is an add-on that will help you convert more leads. And it falls under the it falls under both the automated follow-up and the manual follow-up. The automated being adding to retargeting lists, engaging with bots and things like that. But the manual being, hey, go in here every day and cherry pick the people who are most active.
Totally.
What I'm showing on the screen here, it's not a great design example, but this is a full page welcome mat that could pop up. So you can say, hey, I only want to show this pop up if the current page is related to new construction or not even, and if the person's been on the page for at least 45 seconds. So you drive traffic to a new construction list, and then that the pop-up's going to be relevant to what they're doing.
Let's tie in Mark's comment and one of the things we were talking about yesterday. You could do a full page pop-up with the GIF, the start the mortgage application GIF or GIF, however you're supposed to say that, and then drive them to that page, like where they click over and take the survey right there. Like so many cool applications here. Well, and that one actually, I'm wondering if we should test that at some point, Ryan, because we already know that people will fill that out. And apparently Mark is having some success with it as well. And really likes it.
Yeah, let's do it. I saw Mark had a lead or two yesterday. Let's try that. I mean, another example, it's limitless, but I was thinking about lease purchase homes just because I know that is such incredibly low-hanging fruit. The lease purchase offer, you put that ad out there, but the question is, what do you do with the traffic? How do you convert it? A lot of people opting into that might need credit repair and things like that. But you do that, and then you pop a bot that asks about first-time financing options.
Yeah.
You just match it allows you to know your traffic. And also, I believe there's split testing, like you can vary the bots and things you're using.
Yeah.
So anyway, I really like this platform. I've used it. We used it for Thanks.io. The chat in KV Core, if you're a KV Core user, there's this popular thing called Intercom for corporates, but it's like thousands a month.
Yeah, it's really expensive.
Yeah, I think what these guys are offering here for a free account, and then for I think it's like $19 a month to go to their basic marketing plan, is really good.
And actually, there's a lesson in that. Intercom is really expensive because it's really valuable and important for big brands to not miss on support and taking care of customer relationships. This allows you to do the same thing, but just on an affordable, an affordable way, and not be missing out on opportunities that may be right in front of you that you're not even aware, right? Because if somebody is looking at a bunch of pages on your site or coming back often and you don't have any way of knowing that, you have no idea that this person is much closer in theory, or potentially much closer to being ready to transact than if you don't have that intel. Like, I didn't know there was 2 of those names. I had no idea, or would have no way of knowing necessarily. Now, KV Core will give you some of that stuff, but not everybody on here is using KV Core, and this is taking it multiple steps beyond what the dashboard can track and will report back to you there.
So check this out. Last seen after 10 days. We haven't had this installed for 10 days. This was the kind of original Intercom use for SaaSes. But you can create a segment that's called last seen. I want to save it here. Last seen 10 days. And then you can build an automation that says, hey, anytime, let's do a new workflow. Anytime somebody enters the segment, let's see, 10 days, I want specific things to happen to re-engage them.
Wow.
Right? So my new trigger is, I think, segment. I have to, and bear with me, guys. I need to document a lot of this, but.
Well, while Ryan's doing that, this is a great, so this perfectly ties into Monday, the topic for our Monday Marketing Mastermind, which is going to be 3 steps for resurrecting your old dead real estate leads and turning trash, quote unquote, trash into cash. And the 3 steps are to identify and organize, revive and engage, and then, and I'm still working on this languaging here, and then optimize and automate. So step 1 is identify and organize. Step 2 is revive and engage. And step 3 is optimize and automate. And we're going to be going through that. And you don't have to be using this, right? But this is some of the more advanced things that you can do to, to resurrect old dead leads. And old dead leads could mean, in this case, 10 days old. It doesn't have to be months or years old. Though the cool thing is, if you've got leads that are seasoned like that, let's say, there's a high likelihood that they're actually a lot closer to transacting than they were when they were fresh leads. So what are we now? We're creating an automated email that will go out to people that haven't been back to the site in 10 or more days. Is that?
Yep.
Look at that.
So this will just run this will actually go. Here, I'm just going to let it run once. We don't want to do it every time they don't go 10 days. Still searching. I don't know. This could probably be better, but I'm just doing it on the fly here. Mm-hmm. And we have to do some things here. This is tied to your wake up email, but we'll create that. So now it'll send that email once they enter that kind of custom segment. The other thing that I really think is fun as we get into this is I can add them to a custom audience or remove them. So this could play with your Facebook retargeting. in an interesting way. Like we can add to the custom audience, hey, not seen in 10 days. We'd create that at the Facebook side. And then you can have a video just saying, hey, and say what was in the email.
Right.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
Like, yeah. And you don't have to reference one to the other, but they'll make the connection. That's really good.
Hey, this guy's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's, and we could easily get bogged down in the minutia here, and come up with 1,000 different things we want to do. But I think with all these types of systems, it's just a matter of optimizing it over time and dedicating maybe 15 minutes a week to juicing up these flows. What can I do today to enhance my automated follow-up using Gist?
Yeah.
So I just love the platform. This is a little bit of a commercial, just transparently. I do endorse it. If you happen to be a KV Core user, there's a script you have to install, and I had to modify the script. See what the platform needs to do is it needs to find the people on your site. So before you go and pay to upgrade, if you guys want to shoot me a message and say, hey, I need the script, I'm on KV Core, or hey, I'm using a different website platform, let's make sure that we can get this embedded in it and integrated first. But
what did you use to figure out the script?
Oh, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
ChatGPT wrote the script for me. Mostly
use case there. That I mean that's pretty cool. I think anyway.
Yeah, because I'm like a hack coder. I don't really know how to code. It's like the mechanic who can only change parts. But ChatGPT, if you're like that, ChatGPT will do stuff for you. If you need to write HTML more practically for your marketing stuff, like you're building a web page, you need to like embed something. You could just ask it like, how do I embed a page in another page, and it'll give you the iframe code. It's crazy.
That is fantastic.